You're listening to Active Vegetarian, episode 65.
Hello and welcome to the Active Vegetarian Show, the plant-based eater's guide to fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle. To discover how to fit healthy plant-based eating into your life and for practical fitness advice, visit us at activevegetarian.com. We're your hosts, Nikki and Susanna, so let's get started.
All right, so we are talking about cardio and whether you're trying to overhaul your entire lifestyle right now at this moment, or you're just looking into maybe adding some more movement into your life. We are hoping to explain to you exactly what cardiovascular training is all about, the benefits of it, what would happen if you were not including it into your fitness routine, basically all the ins and outs. I think many people go start a cardio routine mostly because they want to lose weight, right?
Yeah, I would say that's a common reason for sure. All right, so let's start with defining what cardio actually is. Like you said, a lot of people associate it with weight loss. And now, when we think about cardio, do we think of it as that high-intensity, circuit-based activity, or can it be long, slow-distance activities like running or biking? So what exactly is cardio? Because it is one of those things that's very loosely used.
I think most people avoid it because they think that it's going to be hard. I think we associate it immediately when we say cardio. Oh man, that's going to be a hard workout.
Of course, yeah. But cardio actually is derived from a Greek word cardia, which is actually spelt with a K, and it means heart. Mm-hmm. So really, it's short for anything cardiovascular or cardiology, anything that we're basically referring to the heart and its circulatory system is what cardio is. So any type of exercise that is going to increase your heart rate or have these cardiovascular benefits is technically cardio.
So cardio can be the walking, running, but it could also be maybe lifting some weights.
Definitely. I've had some really good weight training workouts where my heart rate got up there it's just pushing heavy weight. Like you can make it a circuit form if you want to increase your heart rate even more, obviously, but even during a slow strength training program, your heart rate gets up there. Mm-hmm. So you're definitely getting the benefits from that. And it plays a huge role in our overall health and well-being. Let's face it, we say this often, but it's true. Our bodies are made to move. And our heart, which is essentially a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it needs to be challenged. It needs to be pushed. Because if you're not using these muscles, then what happens is they start to deteriorate. We start to then suffer from not using them. So definitely, just like any other part of our body, we really need to just start pushing it and using it.
I think strengthening the muscle, just like any other muscle in the body, that's very, very important. Very well put, Nick. And I feel that there's so many benefits when it comes to cardiovascular training. And it would be really challenging for us to list them all here. But we picked 11 that we feel are probably the most important, at least to many of us. And so let's start with the number one, and I think that's a common one.
Number one is definitely the most common, and we mentioned at the beginning, so if you were listening, it's weight loss. So a lot of people do start to incorporate cardio for the weight loss, which is great. There's really no secret that exercise can definitely benefit and help with weight loss. After all, exercise burns calories, so you are going to reap the benefits if you do start to include it into your daily routine. Now, if you combine it with really good nutrition, such as lots of fruits and vegetables and unrefined plant-based foods, so just try to eliminate all those processed foods, cardio workouts can provide really great weight loss results quickly. So combining that with good nutrition and just making sure that you're also incorporating some strength training, because what happens here is when you start to strength train on top of your cardio, you're going to retain any muscle mass that you do have, as well as possibly increase even more lean muscle.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. I think the variety is very much the key when it comes to weight loss and exercise in general. Number two, heart disease prevention. That goes without saying, really. You know, you talked about the heart being a muscle, and obviously, like any muscle, we need to strengthen it. And when we strengthen our heart, it helps us prevent potential heart disease challenges. And they're so common these days. Not just, we often thought when I was a kid, like when somebody had a heart attack or had a stroke, they were very old individuals. They would be in their 70s, 80s. But today, it's so common to hear people in their mid-30s, 40s having a heart attack. So we definitely need to make sure that we are challenging the muscle, we are exercising it and preventing these challenges, and not just really the scary ones like heart attack or stroke, but also doing cardio exercises regularly will lower the blood pressure and cholesterol, and those are a lot of the heart conditions we are being faced with today.
Yeah, you're not only decreasing the possibility of coronary heart disease, you're also strengthening your lung capacity when we're working the heart. So it's a beneficial thing. Like, I don't think we need to promote cardio.
Amazing.
We're listing just a few of the many benefits here. So heart disease prevention, that's
now another big
obvious.
one. Let's look at the big one as well. I think most people don't really associate cardio exercise and aerobic exercise with this benefit.
Prevention and possible management of diabetes.
This is so big. Like when we were reading about it and really learning the ins and outs on how this works, this is incredible.
Yeah, so anybody out there who's listening, if you do have diabetes or anybody around you, cardiovascular exercise can really help manage this condition. Now, if you do start to include proper cardio sessions into your routine, the awesome thing is that you'll be able to increase the muscle's ability to utilize the glucose within your body. So you are going to gain benefits, and definitely for people who exercise regularly, they have much better control over their blood sugars, and they're not seeing that fluctuation or those spikes in their sugars as much as people who don't exercise, say. So we will put the disclaimer that we're not physicians, we're not doctors, so we do recommend that you speak to your family doctor before making any changes or before starting any exercise program, and just monitor your blood sugar levels with your exercise routine and see how cardio can benefit you and your diabetes possibly.
Excellent. Number 4, so this is a benefit number 4, is increased bone density and healthier joints. This is one that is really common to pretty much any exercise, whether it's weightlifting or strength training or mobility or flexibility or cardio. All of those are so beneficial for our bones and for really preventing any potential challenges later on in our life where our bone density is decreasing on us.
Especially in women, and I know we mention this often, but it's more common amongst women. And it is wonderful to include these low impact type of exercises within your routine to get the benefits of increasing our bone density. I remember seeing Peter, who is a gentleman here in Vancouver that does body compositions.
Let's give Peter a shout out. Where is he from? What is his company called? Body Comp in Vancouver, and he's in downtown. So if anybody needs to do a body composition, maybe just quickly run us through what body composition is. I'm putting you on a spot.
I know you are. So he does these body scans where basically he scans your body. It's non-invasive or anything, and it breaks down, how much muscle you're carrying. It even measures your bone density for you, and it shows any irregularities in your body. So whether your right side and maybe even just your right bicep is stronger than your left bicep, you'll see more muscle mass.
I'm almost thinking that we should do just a podcast about this on its own and maybe even have Peter over to talk about it.
That would be great.
So as we were saying, we were talking about bone density. Sorry guys, we got a little carried away. Bone density and health joints. So definitely the low impact exercises like jogging or even jump rope. That's probably where you were heading, right?
That's exactly where I was heading. So when I was seeing Peter and talking about women with osteoporosis, he said that jump rope and skipping is an awesome thing to add to a routine for anybody. And amazing guy. If you have the opportunity, if you live in the city, go see him. We learn so much, even as trainers ourselves, that we can use with our clients. He's awesome.
All right, number 5 is better sleep.
Okay, well, who doesn't want to fall asleep faster and wake up feeling more energized?
Of course, I do.
I think many people go through many mattresses just trying to find that wonderful night's sleep, and all you really need is a minimum of 10 minutes of aerobic exercise a day.
That's all you need for good sleep?
Yes. If people started to include that maybe on their lunch break or walking to work. And it can be as simple as walking. And I don't even want to say simple because walking is underrated. So it can be something from walking to cycling. It can dramatically improve the quality of your night's sleep. It's incredible.
Not to mention that I think any aerobic exercise, like think about going for a half an hour jog. You're probably going to be pretty tired that day, so you're going to sleep really well.
Well, yeah, and I think it's more common among people who just start to exercise. They always have a good night's sleep. So it's good if you can do it on a regular basis, and your body just kind of gets into that rhythm and it understands, and you're still going to get the benefits from it. Like, I mean, we've been training for I don't know how many years, and we still get a good night's sleep on the days that we train for sure. So yes, if you suffer from sleep apnea or anything like that, try to incorporate a little bit more movement into your day, and I'm sure you're going to have better sleep. So the next one is reduce stress and depression and increase your self-esteem.
You know, exercise is wonderful, people. So we are giving you all these benefits, but I think where many people don't realize how much it's going to improve their life is not just on the physical level, but just on the mental level, the well-being of how you feel and perform on day-to-day life. And one of those things is that when you exercise regularly, especially when you do cardio exercises, like this morning, for example, a friend of mine and I went out into the trails to exercise and basically jog around. And it immediately increased the way we felt. You know, we had a big smile on our face and really positive energy on the way back to the city. The difference between when we left and from when we were, and we are already pretty happy people. I'm not saying that we were depressed by any means, but on the way back, a couple hours later, our energy has transformed. And imagine that anybody suffering with anxiety or depression, imagine that they would do 15, 20 minutes of physical activity every single day. What would it do for them?
Of course. And I think this goes with people maybe who don't really enjoy exercising. I think, you know, if you have done it and you've done even like a group class, being in that positive environment, or went out with a friend or something, just how wonderful you feel after and the benefit that you feel afterwards. You're always glad that you went. And it's that sense of that small victory as well, I think, that goes off. So we're getting that achievement, which helps us increase our self-esteem and our confidence. And just in general, we feel much better about ourselves because there's good hormones being released. There's just that energy around us, and we do carry it out through the rest of our day. I do recommend that if somebody is dealing with something like anxiety, to monitor. And maybe you would be doing something more like yoga or walking and connecting with nature, and just adapt and find things that suit what you need. Really listen and start to connect with your body, because it's really important. I don't think it's good to just go and put yourself into this crazy high intensity workout if you deal with anxiety, because it's just going to increase that. So just become aware of that and really monitor it. If you have a personal trainer, talk to them about it. Let them know. It's really important that they understand as well.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Now, with that said, once you connect, you were saying connecting with your own body. And I think that's very important, because once we start from the inside and mentally start to shift how we are feeling, of course, the outside is going to reflect it. And you were mentioning before, Nick, increased self-esteem is one of the benefits. And of course, you know, our body is transforming on the outside as well. So we're going to feel more confident. We're going to feel better about ourselves. So overall, it's a no-brainer, people.
I feel like the more physically stronger you get, then the more mentally stronger you get as well.
Absolutely. And the energy that you're going to radiate on the outside. And I'm taking it into the next benefit, which is sustainable energy.
You can gain so much energy and alertness, which is really great as well. What happens is that your stamina increases, and well, if your stamina increases, then your fatigue will become prevalent. So you will have much more energy. Once you get your heart rate up and you have a good physical activity included in your day, your body's going to be releasing these endorphins, which are responsible basically for you to feel happy, to look around, to love life, and be full of life. As well as there's many other benefits, and I'll name a few of them. Improved sex life. So who doesn't want that? Cleaner and healthier looking skin. So I'll briefly break this down. This is just basically because what happens is when we're doing cardio, we sweat. And when we sweat, our pores dilate and we're releasing any of the dirt and the oil within our skin. So just making sure that you do wash your face after working out so you can clean all of that dirt and oil off. But that's a great benefit. There's many other ones of increasing our collagen and the cell growth of our skin and just getting more nutrients to our skin from the circulation and the blood flowing through our body. Improved memory. I think this is unbelievable in the sense of like whatever activity you're doing in cardio-based activity. I love this for kickboxing, Muay Thai. When you talk about memory, this is one that really is a great one for memory because you're focusing on combinations and remembering them as you're doing them. And it's really,
I think it's like an extra bonus point almost, right?
Yes.
Because I think with the memory, even the blood and the oxygen flowing through the brain definitely benefits our brain in general. So amazing.
I think something that everybody can use nowadays with what's around us in the environment and such is improved immune function, which again, we're increasing that circulation through our body and we're increasing more white blood cell production and our lymph nodes are getting drained better once we start to get that circulation flowing. And they say that there's really no supplement or medication proven as strong as exercise to improve your immune function.
Hopefully by now, after listing all the 11 benefits of cardiovascular training, we convinced you that it's time to really include it into your life if you haven't done so yet. And I think the next question that you might be asking is, what type of cardio is the best? The best one for you, the best one in general for fat loss? Which one is the one that you should start with? And there's really no simple answer for this one. You know, our advice always to our clients is start with something that you truly enjoy. If you haven't been doing cardio regularly, starting something that will maybe burn extra calories like a crazy spin class, but if you absolutely hate it and you dread going into the class, don't do it. It's really not worth it. Start with something that's going to challenge you, obviously increase your heart rate, making sure that you are sweating a little bit, but don't do anything that you don't want to do because what will happen is you might sign up for that class, you might join a running group, or you might, decide that every single morning you're going to be out there on your bike, riding around your neighborhood, whatever it is. If you don't really like it, if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick with it. And therefore, it's not going to form a lasting habit for you.
No, and I think that's just, you said it right there, is lasting habit. I think consistency is the key. So finding something that you enjoy and that you will stick with and you will continue to do. Like we were saying, this can be anything. Whatever your heart desires, just find that. I think try different things until you find it.
Nick, because some people I think have no idea, especially if the extent of your cardio for now and even in your mind meant going to the gym and walking on a treadmill or riding the bike in the gym or elliptical or any other like monotonous cardio that we know, because I think I know that my generation, that's what we grew up when we thought of somebody doing a cardio, it would be somebody in a gym probably watching a television while they're doing it, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing is that I'll give my personal experience as an example. I would love to run. Like I see runners and I'm like, that's awesome. You don't need equipment. You can get out there and you can just run. But I know I hate it. I can do it, but I don't enjoy it. It stresses me maybe a little bit even more than anything. So I choose not to. I would rather get on my bike and get out for a nice ride than on the pavement for a run. Like, it's just not my thing.
And that's just the thing. That's not your thing. But the thing is, Nick, that if you haven't tried and experimented with that, you probably wouldn't have known, right? So if any of you out there have no idea what type of cardio you want to be doing, just try it. Try different ones and see, how do you feel? Does it put a smile on your face? Now, it needs to be challenging. Let's face it. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to push yourself, probably past some of your comfort zones. But that's okay, because that's how you will grow. We always say that growth is in discomfort. So put yourself through it. If you're just starting out, make sure you start slow. If you think that you want to start running, great. Start with walking. Start with fast pace walking. Slowly progress to something that's going to challenge you more and more. But don't jump straight into something that is going to destroy you.
There's many things you can do on your own, like running or cycling, anything like that, or even going to the gym and doing any sort of cardio equipment. You can do this on your own, but there's so many great resources out there to sign up for classes and such. I know here in Canada we have different things like Groupon, Social Shopper. There's even a thing called Class Pass here in Vancouver, and basically, you buy it and you can bounce around. You can try a spin class one day, then you can go and try something else somewhere else another day, like yoga even. So I think, looking at something like that where you have options and you're not sticking yourself to one thing and feeling like that's what you have to do.
Unless you enjoy it.
Of course.
The thing, right? At the same time, I have to say that variety is the key. So if you are on the opposite end of the spectrum, and you've always been doing, let's say, CrossFit classes, and that's all you do, it's time for you to explore other avenues, because if you are not exposing yourself to different types of cardio, you're basically not growing either. You're staying in that comfort zone.
Very well put. That's why Suzanne and I, through our AV coaching program, we put a lot of thought and experience really into it, and we designed it to make you feel and function better in every aspect of your life. So we introduced different ways and different things to challenge you, and different aspects of it, from mobility to more cardio-based high intensity to strength training. And it is that variety that we're offering you. But we also really aim to teach you how to pay attention to your body during the movements as well as rest, because I feel like a lot of people don't have that connection when it comes to training. And it's so important that you start to connect with yourself and you start to listen to it. And that way you'll know if it's something you're enjoying or you're not. Because like we were talking about, if you're doing some sort of cardio-based activity that you hate, like if I got out there and ran every day, it's stress within my body. It stresses me, and it's going to probably cause some havoc on me. Whereas if I was doing something like getting on my bike where I am just in my la land and like loving life, think about what that's doing for me. So really start to listen to yourself and recognize those things.
Your body will thank you later. We have to move. Every single day we have to move. We started the podcast with that. We have so many muscles that need to move, and if we don't use them, we'll lose them. So Nick, I think we should do some facts about cardio training. Shall we do it?
Let's do it. So straight up facts. We're going to name them off, list them off for you.
So cardio workouts are an important part of fitness. It's one of the main ways, together with healthy diet and stress management, to prevent heart disease, the number 1 killer, and stroke, the number 5 killer. So we talked about it. Remember, cardio workouts are important to strengthen your heart.
And it's best to start at a comfortable pace. If you have not been active in some time, then gradually increase your activity and intensity and duration as your body adapts to regular exercise. Again, listen and connect to yourself and give your body what it needs.
There is no best cardio protocol for fat loss. Find something you enjoy doing and incorporate a variety to keep things fun. Don't do things over and over. Find variety. Join our AV coaching and you'll be set.
The simplest change you can make to improve your heart health is to start walking. Again, one of those things that's underrated, but this is the easiest and safest way to start to get cardio into your daily life.
Do at least 2.5 hours of moderate physical activity every week. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week to improve your cardiovascular training. Now they say 2.5 hours. Obviously that's on the lower end. Increase it as much as you can. I would say 30 minutes every single day would be the base start.
And you don't have to do the activities all at once. Remember, the minimum requirement is a moderate or vigorous effort for at least 10 minutes at a time.
Now, speaking of vigorous effort, high-intensity interval training are an amazing way to get in shape fast. Short intervals at maximum intensity followed by short periods of rest, known as HIIT or high-intensity interval training, are a great all-around workout that won't take much time, and you can fit it in pretty much anywhere of your day or life. We just released a couple of them on our website. They're awesome. Check it out.
Challenge yourself. Like we were saying before, change it up. Challenge yourself by doing 75 or more minutes per week of vigorous activity. And hiking is a great option. You can get this done even in one day, but we do still encourage you to be moving every single day.
Get a jump rope. Cheap, easy, and burns tons of calories. Nikki mentioned that jump rope is a great cardiovascular exercise. You would be surprised at how exhausted you will get in just short few minutes.
And it increases that bone density.
There we go. How should we start with cardio training?
I think we mentioned it briefly earlier, but in case you forgot, before starting any type of exercise program, it's important to check with a healthcare profession. So talk to your doctor or recognize any limitations or restrictions that you might have, and possibly it could be a chronic health condition or a recent injury or something, and just check in with those things, be aware, and talk to somebody in that profession that can help you understand what you can still do and how you can still incorporate cardio training into your life. It's also important to start small and to increase the time you're active and the intensity of your workouts as well. And like we mentioned, walking is the safest and easy way to get started. Increase the amount of time you walk and the speed you're walking. And before you know it, you'll reap all the rewards of the cardiovascular exercise we're talking, and you could possibly be even up to running at that point.
You could be running.
Just make sure you like it.
Yes, you have to like it. And Nick, now jokingly a couple times I already mentioned our AV coaching, and I want to really talk about it a little bit more here. Mm-hmm. Not because I want to brag or promote ourselves. That's not what it's for. But about 6 weeks ago, we started our AV online coaching. So for the first time ever, we took on a group of people and we are taking them on a journey with us to promote healthier, active, plant-based lifestyle. And it's been going great. We've had some success stories that are amazing. And, we really started this because we believe that we have something that will help others live healthier lifestyle. And we want to share it.
Yeah, and we always say, whether it's one little thing you take from whatever we're doing, whether it's one of these podcasts, whether it's an article, or even one of our Instagram posts, any little thing, if we can make a positive impact on your life, that's really truly how we measure our success, is through the success of people out there reading and listening and following our content and really valuing it. That is a great value to us, and that means a lot to us.
And honestly, any of you listeners who have reached out to us and told us how the podcasts are going for you and what you're doing with the information, whether it's working or just sharing your struggles and your victories, we really thank you for it, because it really fuels our fire and it helps us move forward and create these for you every single week now. We've been really regular. High five for that. We'll keep it up. We love you out there. We support you. Please reach out with any questions and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the Active Vegetarian Show, the plant-based eater's guide to fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle. For more information, including recipes, nutritional advice, fitness tips, and coaching, please stop by activevegetarian.com. Until then, live active, live healthy, and enjoy life.